Oh, hey, you know what? It helps if I actually type, you know? Turn on my mic. Okay, so let's try this. See, I don't want the executable. Let's do this. Let's go path, combine path, get directory name, assembly. Oops, come on. Get executing assembly location. Config. Let's try that. There we go. That's what we want. Alright, that worked. Okay, so we can get rid of, let's get rid of this one for now. Oh, we can't. Okay, so load library details. So let's put a breakpoint in here and let's see what it looks like here. So here is our library configuration. We got one path in there. Okay, so let us go ahead and make our window. So we're going to let's go view. I want a screw the views. Delete. Yes. Okay, so I want a configuration window. So I'm going to add a window called configuration. And this window is going to be grid row definitions. Row definition. Height is going to be 25 pixels or 25 points. And then I want a height of like 100. And then I want a row definitions, and we'll go a height of like 75 for just some other stuff, buttons maybe. Okay, so now a stack panel grid row is going to be 0, and this is going to be orientation is horizontal, and we're going to make a label that says configuration, and I want a stack panel grid row is 1, orientation vertical 1, because we're going to divide it into 2, and I want a stack panel orientation horizontal, and this is going to be a list box with a height of 100, which probably will go over because I think I only set this, oh no, I set it to 100. Okay, that's good. And then I want a stack panel orientation is vertical, And we're going to put button like add, delete, and save. Sure. Delete, save. Grid. That's not going to work that way. Let's make this width of 300. We'll make it 400. It's not going to work like that. We can't do that. We have to have make the grid have its own columns. So if we have this part, I want to have a stack panel. Grid row is 1, and we'll say this one is going to be a list box, a height of 100, a width of 400, and then I want a orientation is vertical, and then I want to go button add 1, 2, 3. There we go. Alright, so it's now okay. Let's now change this stack panel orientation horizontal, and we'll dump these 3 buttons into there. And I want to go horizontal line is center, and I want this to be width of 50. Alright, so just making it kind of work, I guess, and then yeah, we'll go from there. Why is that suddenly doing that now? I think it's conflicting here. Let's just call it client config. Yes. That, like that, like this. Alright, there we go. Yep, so it was conflicting with the Windows thing. Alright, that works. So, first step is to actually get it. Let's kind of set the configuration into the window here. So when I create my view model, I'm going to have to when I click, I'm going to have to make a command. Command options. That is not an XML file. Yes. Yes. Add new items. See, that's not what you do. You go command options. There we go. That's a little better. Public. Alright, so I want to create client config client config window now I want to pass in no, wrong one. I don't want to do that. I want the configuration is going to be this, and I want to send in the actual command for it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my command here. Find an existing one so that I don't have to retype everything per se. Models, commands, sure. Alright, so this is like a command. Oops. Close. Alright, let's just do this. Command options. Okay, and then this is going to be main window, and I want this, and I want to tell it to parameter. We don't need to pass a parameter. We want to add a text entry. So we want to okay, so we're gonna need a new window. If you're wondering what I'm doing off screen, is I have the old WinForms version. It looks like this, and I'm converting this, rewriting it in WPF so that I can actually get some cool stuff going on with WPF today. Okay, so I want to create a function that opens the window. So in my main window, I want to go void show options, and I want to go public. And we're going to go configuration equals new this show. Alright, so here's this. So we're gonna go view model, show options, I have to create this in my view model. So I have to say commands. So I need to go command option. Let's make our private, we'll just do command options, options menu, equal, and then we'll go like that. Oh, and we have to have get set for WPF. So we want options menu equals new this, and we pass in this. Oh, it's a library view model, not a main window. That's okay. Okay, there. Now that works. Okay, so this should just basically open up that window. Let's see what it does here. Error reflecting, not supported, cannot serialize member input binding command type. Oh, I need right? What is that? What I'm thinking it is? Let's try that again here. And if it doesn't, configuration. This has to do with the naming change I did. Reflecting the type. Cannot serialize member of type because it is an interface. Oh! I have to change these. That's what it is. Serializer. Alright. Run that. There we go. Alright, so now does not work. Where is my command options? Because I didn't actually tell it what it could do. I need to go into here and choose this, and I need to tell it its command. Miscellaneous? Nope. Whatever. Command is equal to binding. Show options. What is it? Look for the yellow header icon, item source, static context. There it is. Command. So why does it not show the command? The command has a get and set options menu. It builds. That can go away. That can go away. Oh, because it's not public. There. Now we should be able to see it. Oops, gotta build it again. There we go. Options menu. Alright. How long am I programming in general? Not today. Ooh, that's a good question. Probably since, well, see, when I was in junior high, I did Turbo Pascal 7. So that was 97. So I want to say 20 years, roughly. Something like that. That's when I started to really get into programming. It was in junior high school-ish. I just kind of pick up languages here and there. Yeah, there we go. So now we got our configuration window popping up. Yeah, so I just kind of pick things up on the fly. I'm like not super great at anything, and I do a lot of looking up, but I mean, if you look at any of the websites, even professional developers basically use Google 24/7. And there is nobody that knows every single thing. Everyone has to look stuff up. So, yeah. Even Sassafras does it, you know? Sassafras, like, he looks up stuff all the time. Because you just can't, it's impossible to know everything. So, there's just too much stuff. So, I mean, it's more important to understand the fundamentals of programming in general, and that will help you learn other languages as well. I mean, the only difference is, oh yeah, so when you start with C#, I'll show you something here. I don't know if you've ever heard of the game called Shroud of the Avatar. But I'm gonna load a program here that I wrote with a friend that we play the game. So this is what we call SodaSist. So Shroud of the Avatar is the following game, and it's now free. You can play it for free if you want, but it's a old game, Ultima Online, from like the 90s. He created a new game here, and it's been out for a few years now. I think since 2014, 2012, something like that. They started working on it. There's lots of really cool stuff. It's can't come a long ways, but they have this game, and they have stats, and they released a public API, and we decided to make a program that uses this public API. So this is the cheap website right now. We have like a Discord bot for it, and we have an actual external application, and you buy it. It's got a subscription thing and all kinds of cool stuff, and it's on for sale now. An example of what it does here, I'll just go into the bots channel here. So like, this is Shroudbert Steinbot, so this is the bot, right? And it's written in C#. It's a Discord bot in C#, and it basically has ads for people who are sponsoring the PvP season. And it has like, here's an announcement: Crowquills killed Anonymous in the fall. So like, it tells you when somebody dies in the game. The app has similar things, so like I can do this, and it will tell me who kills who, when, and where, and it will just, every time someone dies, it will tell me, and it checks like every minute. So then there is we have the ranking. So here's like the Obsidian Trials rankings and the global PvP rankings, right? So there's 155 people that are participating in the season. We're in season 2 right now. But anyway, so this is all done with custom software. So not only do we have the client, but we have a thing, which actually, before I show that, give me 1 sec, and we're gonna just turn this off so you don't see IP addresses, because I don't want to get in trouble. Is it gonna be okay? Yes. Okay, so here is the server. So what we have, this window here is it's running on a Linux box on a dedicated business line in the States, and it has, this is the API. So every time I run a query on here, we can watch the window. So if I want to look up the item sales for today, you can see it's like pulling information, right? So it's getting a certain amount of information. It's gonna be slow because I'm streaming right now and my internet isn't that great to begin with. But anyways, that is the API. So everything that the client does not talk directly to the database. It has an authentication server. So we have token expiries, all that stuff. I had to write all that information. And then we have, and it's got all kinds of really cool things in here. Some of these don't use actual API calls, but we did this, and this is all C# for the client. This is C#. This is all of these are .NET Core, so they run cross-platform on Linux. So I can run this on Linux and Windows. The next step, I think I'm going to try and learn how Docker works and do that. Oh, see, we got a there's a crow kills. So if I turn this on now, there's crow kills, right? So that's the alert system in action right there. So it's kind of neat. It just happened, so that's why I turned that on. So anyways, this one here, this is the Discord bot sitting there running, and then this one is the retriever. So this program actually retrieves all of the information from the server, and which is their actual Portalarium, the guys who made the game. It's their API that they made public, and I download all of the events. So like, let's see here, what was the last one? This is a small window. Why does he have this window so small? Yeah. Come on. It's so hard to do this over the internet. Anyways, I won't bother with it. So like 216 item sales, 94 monster kills, 285 looted items, 122 items. So this is after everything's tagged as 30 minutes past the hour, 15 minutes past the hour, sorry. So you've got these 15-minute intervals where if you, let's say it's 5:31, we're checking from 5:30 to 5:44. And then when 5:45 hits around, now we're pulling 5:45 and onward. So we're doing that. So in a minute, that's what was done in the game right now, and it's 4:33. But yeah, so that's basically the 3 pieces of software that run everything in the background, and then we have our client. So for C# programs, it's taken probably close to 4,000 to 5,000 hours of programming, 6 to 8 months to get it from start to finish, with internal bug testing before we were actually launching. And the app just came out like 2 months ago. We just launched it. We've had the Discord bot running for some time. We're actually the only guys to have this is the official Discord channel. We're the only guys to have a bot in the channel that is not like someone else that like does stuff like this. There's another one in here called SodaBot, I think, and I don't know where he is. I thought he was down at the bottom, but he is in here, and it was one of the guys who paid big money for the game that that wrote it. Anyways, we're the only ones apart from him, I guess. The guy who had it before actually worked for him. work for Portalarium, and when they fired him, he shut everything off. So that's where we stepped in and took over everything. So, but anyways, it's all in C#. I didn't want to do WinForms. I wanted to try and make something new. So I made WPF. Now it has some downfalls to it, especially when it comes to protecting your code. You're gonna have to spend big money for a good obfuscator. A lot of the stuff that's out there, it's too easy to crack. But yeah, we'll see how that works. But anyways, if you got any C# questions while I'm doing this, just ask away, and I'll try to keep glancing over at the window here. So all right. So now we need a command. We're gonna add a new item, and we're gonna make the add directory command, and we're going to copy this and paste, and I want, okay, it only did one. Okay, so we want a delete directory command, and I want to go save configuration command. Alright, so those are the ones that we're gonna do. So in here we're just gonna copy. Okay, well, all we need is this, but we're just gonna copy the whole thing and paste it into these files here. So here's the add directory command. Add directory command. Ooh, come on, command. And we're going to use I command. We're just going to do this once, and then we will copy this code into the other stuff. So we will do that. We're going to add directory var path equals parameter. Come on. Parameter as string, and I could probably just make that string. Okay, and I want to go path, and we will copy all of this. We'll save that, and we'll go into the delete command, and we will go delete and delete. And we're going to go delete directory, which doesn't exist, and we'll include our input, and then we will go save configuration. So this is save configuration command, like that, and we're going to save configuration. We don't need the path, and we need to include the command. Okay, so now these are all on this. Ah, yes, I know it doesn't exist, does it? I built it. Oh, I just closed it. Yeah. So now we have to add all of these commands to the to this Windows data context. So inside, let's just close all but this for now. Just kind of clear out a workspace. So configuration. So we're gonna add a so I have two ways I could do this. I could, in fact, just have the main window have all the stuff for the configuration in it, which might not be too bad because there's only like 1, 2, 3, 4 options at this point. So I might not need to put it in its own view, but it's usually a good idea to put it in its own view. So yeah, let's do that. Why not? New item. Come on. work with me here. Configuration view model. I have to go check my my bread here real quick, but we'll get some of this done. Okay, so public configuration view model. We basically want to have a using media library commands, and we want a add directory command. We're gonna go command add directory, and then I want this to be public and get set, and then I want a public delete directory command delete directory get set, and a public save configurations command save configuration get set. There we go. So now I want to go command equals new, and then I want to pass in library view model. So now I need a library view model, and we'll just keep that here, and I want to go pass in that. So command delete directory equals new VM, command save configuration is a new with the VM. There we go. So that's all of our commands for that view model. So now when I go into my main window and I create, where's my options here, and I have creating my options, right? So I create my configuration, and I need to pass in this to the view model. So now I need to have a library view model, and I want library view model. Let's do view model, and I want to go this data context is equal to VM. We don't need the public one anymore. Alright, so now we're setting the data context to the original one, and I want, actually, you know what, we don't need that. We don't need that at all. We can do this in the, inside of the configuration view model. When we do this on here, I have to tell it my data context. There it is, new. And I want the library view model. Okay. So now this becomes, is that right? Is that right? Just think about this. I click options in the main window, and it loads its own configuration. Now I should actually, yes, I do have to do that. I do have to pass in this to it because I need a reference to the existing one. So I do need a library view model. Data context equal to this. So that's going to load it with that. Now the problem is my configuration now is no longer attached Um. I'm gonna go make food. I'll have to rethink. I have to refresh my memory on how you do separate windows. So, anyways, it's been a slice. Yeah, if you want to follow more videos, I'll try and do this whenever I can here in the afternoons, and we'll work our way through this program. Thanks for watching.